G'day everyone, and Merry Christmas to you all. Whether it was yesterday or the day before, I hope you had a ripper day. Now, I have woken up early this morning. It is absolutely spectacular. Despite it being about minus 20, the sun is out, there's not a breath of wind, and I thought, let's start this daytime video of Quebec City Old Town on the banks of the spectacular St. Lawrence River. This goes without any joke. This is one of the most incredible sights that I've seen anywhere in the world, and I was not expecting it at all. Have a look at this. I know people that live in Arctic regions are quite used to sights like this in their rivers, but to me this is simply astonishing. I have been down this river, or looking at it from up there, every single day. The amount of times I've been looking out into this river and just watching it in awe would be probably in hours. To me, it's just mind-boggling. Obviously the river is tidal, so I was walking down here this morning and thinking I've probably seen the same piece of ice come past multiple times. So obviously now it's going left to right, and then when the tide changes it'll go right to left. So that'll be later this afternoon, it'll totally switch and the same pieces of ice will float back through. But yeah, it's just so peaceful down here in the morning. Quebec City Old Town up on the hill here wakes up at about probably about 10:30. People get out of bed and start walking around. At the moment it's really quiet up there. There's a lot of delivery trucks dropping off items to shops and whatnot. So I thought, let's start in my favourite place of Quebec City Old Town, and we'll walk around to some other of my favourite places before we head up into the Old Town once it wakes up a little bit and all the trucks disappear. It's supposed to be clouds coming in a little bit later, hence I wanted to get up early and start this video because this place looks so much better with blue skies. I was going to do this on Christmas Day yesterday. I really wanted to do it on Christmas Day yesterday, but it was grey, cloudy, and it just doesn't look anywhere near as good. Yes, it's still impressive, of course, but it just doesn't look anywhere near as good. So hence I've waited a day. The temperature on Google says it's minus 20, but with the sun out it doesn't feel like that at all, and there's not a breath of wind. So minus 20, I'm not sure, but yeah, it's definitely bearable and it's definitely beautiful. Definitely worth jumping out of bed for this morning to come down and have a look at this site when there is literally no one else around. Just absolutely perfect. You'll see later in the day here it is absolutely packed with people taking photos, so it's a word of advice, I guess, for this whole old town. Get up early if you want the places to yourself, because everyone stays in bed, especially around Christmas, because everyone's relaxing and on holidays. Alright guys, so I'm going to head up in this direction now. That is up there the most photographed hotel in the world, the Fairmont Chateau. We'll head up into that area later. I'm going to go inside there as well and check it out. But everywhere from here now is straight up, so we'll head up in that direction right now and check it out. Now you're going to hear me saying Quebec City Old Town a lot today. I have told many people that I'm going to Quebec, especially Canadians. They ask where you're going to next, and I say Quebec. Quebec is actually the state, or they don't call it a state, but in Australia we call it the state. So people go, oh yeah, where in Quebec? And I said, oh well, the city. And they go, oh, Quebec City. And I go, yeah, that's correct. So Quebec City is surrounding us. It is big. You'll see it once we get up there. We'll have a good view of this river and the surrounding city because it is big. But the Old Town area is just perched up on this hill, and well, it starts down, well, the first buildings that we can see right there, but the main area is right up on the hill there. So if you're gonna tell people that you're coming to Quebec, say Quebec City Old Town. Then they'll know exactly where you're going instead of the whole state which basically goes all the way down to Montreal. Anyways, there's the ferry departing. The ferries go across the river. They seem semi-regularly. I'm not sure how regularly, but the amount of times that I've seen them is a lot. So they've got one on this side and one on that side. That one's departing over there at the same time right now. And they'll basically cross. There's got old passengers and vehicles on them. Otherwise, if you want to get across the river, there's a bridge way down there which you won't be able to see on this footage. I'll try and zoom in. St. Lawrence River is massive. I'm actually really impressed by how big it is, but there's a ship way down there, and just beyond that ship there's a bridge. So these ferries are pretty much the only way, unless you want to go right the way around to get to the other side. That's pretty cool that it's leaving now. I love how it just pushes through the ice. Perfect timing. Alrighty. Let's head up. All the tourists are starting to turn up now. Let's head up into the Old Town area. So we've just come from the river, just over there, up this ramp here, surrounded by these beautiful old buildings. This is pretty much the start of the Old Town. These buildings here, and the city walls just here. And just up here, it's really quite interesting, as Quebec has a very interesting past. And it's all with regards to preparing for war. Now, as you can see, the cannons here, obviously getting ready for flotillas of, from what I read, Americans coming up and invading this. So the English, these cannons were owned by, we're getting ready for the Americans to float up this river and invade Quebec. That's what I've read. Now that doesn't seem right, because Americans and English usually work together, but maybe way back then they did not. Now, Quebec did not see any military action at all. It was basically, in the end, used as a training base. So a lot of bombs and a lot of shells were dropped on Quebec, like thousands on Quebec, and the place was pretty much obliterated via just training and dropping bombs. So yeah, that is the past. Open to anyone to correct me there. As I said, I did some basic reading of the past of Quebec, and that is the reading that I undertook. Anyways, let's head up the hill now. As I said, I'm not going to film any of the Old Town just now. I will film the Old Town a little bit later once it starts to wake up. So I'm going to head in the direction of my second favourite place now. The river being my favourite by far, but my second favourite place is also a little bit outside of the Old Town, and I hope you see why it's one of my favourite places when we get there. Right, let's head up there now. Just a quick pit stop while I get my breath back from climbing up that hill. It's quite steep. I found this park this morning as I was walking down to the river. I took a different way this morning and came across this park that I never knew existed. And this park has significant history. This is where members of Parliament, the government, came to make major announcements back in the day. This was their park, and how bloody beautiful is it? Again, as you can see, an important part of the military history of Quebec, with the cannons here perched nicely above the St. Lawrence River again, which is, as you can see, just down there. But what a beautiful park, as you see. Tourists are starting to get out now, which is good. This place does feel a lot more alive with people around, although it's nice and quiet when they're not. It's definitely good when they're out and about. But as you can see in the background, just there's the Fairmont Chateau. Looks like a parliament or government type building just there, and in this direction again, just beautiful. So I haven't been here before, so I'm just going to switch this off quickly, take a few photos while I'm here because it is beautiful. I love the snow on these cannons, and then we'll continue on to where I was going to go just a little bit earlier. Before I move on from this park, this corner right here is really beautiful. Get a clear view of the Fairmont Chateau. This spectacular building right here, and just around here you're going to hear my footsteps a lot today. Being a freezing cold night overnight, all the snow has hardened up quite a lot. So yeah, my feet or my footsteps are quite vocal today, that's for sure. But look at this area right here, how bloody beautiful. Quebec just hasn't stopped impressing me. Wherever you go, around every corner, there is something to see and go wow at. Like and the fact that it's built up on a hill makes it even better, I think. You have have obviously the different gradients and the buildings starting at the bottom to the top, and the most beautiful special buildings on the very top of the hill, which often happens everywhere around the world. But that's the old bureau building up there. Absolutely stunning with the what looks like, well, it's not a fountain, it'd be great if it was, but it's a monument right in a forecourt. How utterly beautiful is this? So nice. So yeah, I encourage you all, wherever you go in this old town, go up every single street that you can, because you're going to find places like this everywhere. And as I said, I haven't been down this way yet, and it's probably one of the most beautiful parts of the town. This is the old post office building. I'm just reading on the building right there, Bureau de Poste is the post office building. How utterly beautiful. I'm going to be saying beautiful a lot today because it's the best descriptive word to describe this town. Alright, let's head up to my now second favourite place. The river being my favourite, but this next place being my number one. Welcome to my favourite place, or second favourite place. What did I say before? I can't remember. Let's put both the river and the Plains of Abraham right behind me in the first place position. This place I love for the reason being that it makes me feel like I'm on the top of a mountain in a ski field, and we are literally just outside of the old town right there. How unbelievable is this place? It is so nice to go for a walk around here and just be at one with peace and quiet, regardless of the people around. Again, I chose today because there's not a breath of fresh wind, and it is a beautiful blue sky, sunny. It is absolutely spectacular here right now. And you may have spotted this area to the left here. This is the Citadel of Quebec. So an old military fort, and I believe it's still a little bit operational today. Now you can go for a tour through the Citadel. It lays directly above the banks of the river in the direction that we're heading in now. So I'm not going to take you through there. You can go through there at your own leisure. Not sure how much it costs, maybe about $20. I looked at it the other day. But yeah, a big complex on the top of the hill here in Old Quebec. But just look at this place. So awesome that they left this park here and haven't developed it for people to ski, walk, run. What else have I seen people do? Tobogganing, or on their sled. I think Australia are the only ones that call it tobogganing. I have used that word a couple of times now, and literally no one knows what I'm talking about. So yeah, it's basically where the kids get on their sleds and go down the hill, and adults alike, because you can get some good speed up going down here. I've seen a lot of cross-country skiing and also a lot of runners come through here as well. Anyways, I'm heading now towards the river, just over here, because again, it is another spectacular view. As you can see, there's a cannon just in the gap there of the fort. So a huge structure. Obviously this is a moat type area here, where you have to jump down and get up the other wall there to get into the place if you wanted to invade. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful areas. And this is the impact that sun can have. Although it's hovering about minus 15, minus 20, I'm really quite warm. Been obviously walking a fair bit, but beanie off, neck scarf off, almost gonna take my jacket off. I'm bloody warm right now. And yeah, hence why I've waited till today. Dogs bloody love the snow as well. There's so many dogs around just jumping in the snow, just getting themselves into mischief, having a ball. So here we are, arriving at, well, probably the best viewpoint in the city with regards to looking over this river. It's definitely the highest viewpoint, and it is utterly spectacular. There's a ship down there just pushing its way through the ice. But look how massive this joint is. It is huge. Let's go down to this lookout rotunda down here and check it out from here. Everyone's kind of chilling out, doing a little bit of sunbaking. The weather is just, I know I've mentioned it probably about 20 times already, but the weather is perfect. Utter perfection today. When your people stop talking, you can hear the ship down there pushing through the ice. That sounds awesome. Oh, perfect timing, everyone's gone. How's that? Sounds like crashing waves on the shore. Definitely going slow just in case it hits anything big, I'd assume. But what a sensational look at. As you know, we saw the St. Lawrence River in Montreal. So, a huge river, quite close to the ocean here, hence it is so tidal. That looks like the ice is slowing down a little bit now, so maybe it's just at the point of being high tide and it'll switch around again and flow back out. Anyways, that is all for this park. Abraham Plains. Not sure what these circle things are here for. They don't actually look very good. But yeah, alright, so when I was walking up here, so we've basically come in the opposite direction, well, across the town right now from where we started from this morning. And when I was walking up here through the town now, it had started to wake up a little bit. So from here, we'll head back into the town and do some video in there also. Look how deep the snow is here. Oh, so cool. It still gives me so much joy. Look, I bloody love it. I'm not sure if it's ever going to wear off. It's just so good to be in an environment that is so not familiar to any of us. You can see all the ski tracks here on the ground as well. People are on their cross-country skis going up the hill here. That's kind of cool. Obviously been groomed this morning as well. So yeah, they put a lot of work into this park and it really pays off. It is such an asset to this city. You can see on this view here how big this park is. It's a beautiful loop walk right around, as you can see all the people walking right there. This is where the kids do all the tobogganing, but there's no one here at the moment, unfortunately. It says keep to the trails. Don't worry, I'm not fluent in French. It says it on this side. I'm not sure why you have to keep to the trails though. I understand when there's no snow here you can destroy the grass and vegetation. There's a cross-country skier there, but why would you have to keep to the trails now? Someone answer that for me, because yeah, I'm a little bit confused as to why. Alright, we're almost exiting the park now, and I'm going to stop at one of my favourite buildings in the city. Everything's my favourite in this place. I cannot decide which is the best. As I said this morning, I keep on discovering new places, and yeah, every single place that I discover is better than the last place, so I'm utterly confused by what's my favourite. So let's just call them all my favourite, shall we? Let's go to my favourite building now. So as I said earlier, but just to remind you guys, the park that we were in just there is called the Plains of Abraham. It is directly opposite the incredible Parliament building just over here, which we're heading to now. So let's head over there. This Parliament building here, in my opinion, is one of the most impressive buildings in the city. Now, there's often a lot of people here taking photos, so really good timing right now that there is nobody at all here, to the point where I'm going to take some photos right now, because I struggled to get a photo the other day without anyone here. They are also currently setting up for what I assume is New Year's Eve right there. They're setting up a stage and looks like a music area, but yeah, this is just the forecourt, I guess you could call it, of the stunning, beautiful Parliament building, which has been closed since I've been here. Public holidays, obviously, being government. All government workers are on holidays right now, so yeah, there is that. So as we drop down now into the core of the old town, you see these entryways, beautiful archways that are pretty much at all entries to the old town. It's obviously walled, this town, and it is just beautiful. Again, I wasn't expecting this when I was coming here. Was not expecting this at all, but what an absolute treat it is to be presented by this. And there's the stage that they're setting up for New Year's Eve. So if you're going to be here for New Year's Eve, hopefully it's a day like today and you'll be in for an absolute treat. So we're getting out to the bit where most of you will probably be the most interested in. Other than the sites that I was showing you this morning, my favourite sites, this where we're going now is probably your favourite area of this town. And look, admittedly it's beautiful, it really is. So let's get stuck into it and do a thorough look at this beautiful location in French Canada. This area might look familiar to you all that watched my nighttime video. This is where I started that. Today, obviously, as I've said over and over again, we have been gifted by blue skies. That was a nighttime version. This is the daytime version. The beautiful chateau there in the background. This right here is the toboggan ride. What did I say, 1854 this was built in? This is easily, you can see all the people on the other side of the fence there, this is easily the longest line that I've seen for this ride since I've been here. That line is at least 2 hours long for what you'll see right now, a 20-second ride. I will not line up that long for this. Yeah, no way. But hey, if you want to come here, I think it's about $5, which for this city right now is really reasonable because the prices in this city right now are sky high. The supermarket is more expensive than anywhere else that I've been in Canada. The McDonald's even. I've visited that place a few times now because it is the cheapest for a meal in this city. Everywhere is super expensive here at the moment. So $5 for this ride is really, really good. Righto, from here. Yeah, okay, so there's a sign up there on the Princess Louise podium up there, 1884 this toboggan ride was built. So one of the oldest toboggan rides in the world, which is really, really quite impressive. But up here, as I said, we were just up there. The park is just beyond that wall just up there where we just were. So you couldn't see down this end of the river from that park, but I'm just going to zoom in to the closest bridge to this town. As I was saying before, you're either catching one of these ferries across the river or you're going way down there to a bridge to get across. So yeah, not much access to this city from the other side of the river. There's the old town where we just were before. You can see that point down there. That's where I started this video today. Absolutely beautiful. So I guess it's worth mentioning that if you are going to stay in Quebec City Old Town, stay up on the hill here. I'm just beyond the shadow here. Otherwise you are going to be walking up and down these hills all day, every day. All the restaurants, bars and pubs, or most of them, are up on the hill here. So stay up on the hill. Don't bother about staying down in any of these places down there. You'll become sick of it climbing up and down this hill. I know there's a funicular car or transport system going up and down the hill, but it's $6 each way. We'll head over there now and check that out. But yeah, I would, if I was you, stay up here because it's just far easier for you to get around. So this booth right here is the entry into the funicular. to get down to the bottom of the town. So we'll just go over to here and check it out. As I said, it's $6 each way. That should be $1, to be honest. It is the shortest funicular car ride that I've seen anywhere in the world. And for $6, it's just not worth it. It's probably a couple hundred stairs that you have to get up to get back up to here if you don't want to get in this funicular, which I haven't yet, and I will not. Yeah. Alright, so where to from here? Let's go into the chateau. Gotta go in there and check it out while we're here. The most, as I've read, the most photographed hotel in the world. Not sure how they can claim that either. Who's running those numbers and how do they run those numbers? I don't know. But we'll go in there and have a good look inside the foyer area at least. Let's go. So here it is, the Fairmont Le Chateau Frontenac. Let's go in and give this a go today. I tried this yesterday, as I said in my previous video, but the girl said to come back today between 8 and 1. And being 10 AM, we should be allowed in today for a bit of a look around. Let's see how we go. If they reject me again, I won't be happy. That is for sure. Beautiful entryway. It's a classic Fairmont entryway. They are all kind of the same in Canada, which is really interesting. Huge amount of Christmas trees. Massive gingerbread house there. That looks delicious. Get stuck into that, that's for sure. That looks so nice. Oh, it's so nice, warm in here as well. Beautiful. The staircase is really nice. Look at that. Beautiful. And then you've just got a bar area here down the end. Really nice. Let's go back out here and see what else we can find. Maybe down this corridor here. Like a few shops, but being Christmas, they are closed. But these ones here are open. Fairmont La Boutique. That's nice, isn't it? I would hate to see how much this costs to live here right now. Unfortunately, you can't get through to any good view at all. But we do have a walking tour in here, which is also very interesting. Wow, look at these elevator doors here. Gold. That is beautiful. Yeah. So nice. Alright, let's head back out into the fresh air. That is our... Oh, it didn't go down this end. Hang on a sec. Let's go check out this Christmas tree down here. That's nice. It's a shame that the stairs are all blocked off. Obviously you're supposed to use the elevators if you're a guest, so they don't want non-guests getting up in the elevators, of course. let's head back out into the fresh air where I belong. One day I'll belong in one of these hotels, I'm sure, but not today. So for a hotel built in 1892, it's in incredibly good shape. Really happy I went in there and checked that out. A major piece of history in this town. We'll just come out the other side now into yet another beautiful area of the city and a really good viewpoint of the toboggan ride further up here. And also I love this square just here as well. Again, I just discovered this yesterday by randomly walking around. Oh, get your sunglasses on, they're so bright. But yeah, that's the rear of the chateau just there. 1892. Prior to that there was another building there, but this one has been standing for a significant amount of time. So, we've just magically transported ourselves up on to the top of another hill. I wish it was magic, but some hard work going into today. And to a really impressive, beautiful viewpoint. Just above the toboggan ride there, the shadow in the background. And pretty much the whole of the old town is captured right here. We've got the old citadel just behind us here, and behind that is the St. Lawrence Park that we were at just a little bit earlier. That's the start of the toboggan ride just there. So it's definitely a different perspective from up here. From here it looks a lot longer than what it does down on the ground. So in all, the downhill bit is probably, I don't know, 70 metres I'd say. People just going down there now. It's a pain in that trees there. I would never say that about trees usually, but yeah. So to get up here is to walk through the chateau, walk along the path and up a few sets of stairs. The easiest way to get down is not down the stairs. Go down the soft snow section like these guys are just here. Do not go down the stairs because they are so slippery. Coming up the stairs is fine, but down the stairs is a different story. So I'll see you guys down the bottom and back down into the town area. But as you I was just about to say, but as you can see, super easy. Then I almost went arse over tit. Oh, that's funny. It's a lot harder today than it was yesterday. The snow having frozen a lot overnight. Not quite as easy as it was yesterday, but still easier than going down the stairs, that's for sure. So we dropped back down the hill now, and this is what I was saying before. Walk up every side street because there is beauty around every corner. Exhibit A right here. Have a look at these beautiful buildings. It's really quite slippery here. I'm going to walk on the road. It's another tip for you all. If it's too slippery on a footpath, just walk on the road. It's a lot less slippery. With the cars breaking up all this ice and snow on the road for us. Yeah. Look at this beautiful building with the Christmas decorations on it right here. I have taken some quite beautiful photos of some of these buildings. So if you want to check them out, check out my Instagram page under Traveller Sam, and they'll be all on there. Or my Facebook page. If you haven't been able to tell, we're just on the upper section of that park where we were just before, looking at all these beautiful buildings in the background. But I love these buildings along here. Obviously they're not being used because the snow is still heavily on all of the stairs, so I'm not sure what they are. Well, there must be like a back entry, I'm assuming, to these apartment buildings, because there's no way that these would be empty during this time of year. Can't be. Oh, there's one that's been maintained there. Maybe they are empty. Got the blinds closed and everything. Wow. Imagine having this and not renting it out or anything. Could earn a fortune. Anyways, I'm just assuming. I really have no idea, as most of the time. So yeah, let's continue on. Another good tip of mine is, if one side is not being maintained with regards to the snow and ice and slush on the ground, look on the other side, because that side I was just walking on is not being maintained, but this side is. So if you're struggling to walk down the hill, look on the other side and it's most likely being maintained. You can see all the little salt crystals just here, which obviously provide a bit of grit but also stop the snow and ice from remaining. I was going to finish my filming here, but seeing as though we're here now, may as well just do it. This is the street that my hotel is on. So in that direction just there's the chateau, you can see it just there. And then about 100-150 meters just up from the chateau is my accommodation. It could not be in a better location in the city, in my opinion. It's up the top of the city, so I am quite often walking down to all the bars and restaurants, but they're 70 to 100 meters away. It's nothing at all. So you got this red building on the corner here, and just next to that is the blue building, and that is my accommodation. But look at the restaurants and the street surrounding. It's just a beautiful area to stay in the city. Bloody love it. And look, it's a very, very old hotel. It needs a lot of maintenance, but it's warm, the bed is comfortable, it's got an ensuite bathroom for, I think I'm paying $90 to $100 a night in this city. Hotel St. Louis. Yeah, see, it says $99 right there per night. Is the perfect location. And straight across the road from the most popular restaurant in this city by a mile. As I said in the nighttime video, have not seen this restaurant without a line ever. There's always a line out of it, and it's I believe Quebec cuisine. So cuisine from this area, which is kind of cool. Hence it's always got a line out in front of it. Alright, so I'm going to head back now in the direction of the chateau, and then we'll work our way down into the depths of the old town, down the hill, which is in that direction, and show you around the whole of the old town area. Such an awesome beer garden right here. How cute is this? Would be awesome on a summer's day, but just now, really, really cute. Restaurant is open there in the background. I'm assuming it's attached to the chateau. Yeah, it's called Le Petit Chateau, Crepes and Fondues. So just in there, but what a cute setup. Okay, I am just going to randomly walk around these streets now and see what we can find. But there are beautiful buildings and sites in general around every single corner, on every single street. But I am going to mention something major. And it's one of the reasons why I came here, for the Christmas markets. It's something that they've got wrong, in my opinion. The Christmas markets here, and thanks to one of my subscribers just educating me on this, so please comment wherever you like. One of my subscribers just told me that the Christmas markets are only open for a month before Christmas, up until Christmas Eve, and then they're closed. So all these booths that you'll see dotted around the city, for example like these ones here, are only open for a month before Christmas Eve. Such a shame. Also, what a mistake. There is so many people in this town right now. These booths selling whatever they're selling, food and I guess souvenirs and Christmas items, would be making an absolute fortune right now. I don't know whether it's a rule or regulation that they have to close. I'm assuming it is, because if I own one of these booths, I would open it. Even though everyone else is closed. Even just selling coffee or hot chocolate or whatever. To me, it's kind of blown my mind. I think they should stay open until, I don't know, today's Boxing Day, so a day after today would be ideal. To the point where there was so many people walking around Christmas Day yesterday looking for somewhere to eat. Yes, a majority of the restaurants and pubs were open, but it would have been great to have some of these markets open as well. Perhaps there's no one to work in them, I'm not sure, but the pubs all seem to be able to get someone to work in them. So yeah, really kind of has confused me and disappointed me a little bit. Look, I'm still extremely happy I came here. I've loved being here, loved every bit of it, to be honest, except for these Christmas markets. And the way they've done the Christmas markets is really cool as well. So they've dotted them throughout the city. It's not just one big central area for the market. So there's mini markets all over the city, which is cool as well. It's really unique. I haven't seen that before. And a lot of traffic today. It's the most cars I've seen. Beautiful Hotel Clarendon right there. This area down here had a lot of booze in it, Christmas market stalls. But now they are starting to pack up. How nice would it be on a day like today, Boxing Day, sun is out, the weather is just spot on, to be walking around a Christmas market. And this is the remains of it right here. This should be an absolute hive of activity, but it's closed. It's really, really disappointing, and I really hope they revisit this in the future and go, we should open for a few days beyond Christmas. Yeah, look at it. All just packing up. Such a shame. Oh well, we'll move on to the happy side of the city. But just know, when you come here, if you want a Christmas market experience, then come before Christmas Eve. I showed you this area. Well, I showed you every area that I'm going to walk through now in the nighttime one, but this was one of my favourite photo locations. Doesn't look as good during the day, still bloody beautiful, but at night time it's got the lights and whatnot on it, as does the chateau up the hill there. But this gives you an awesome daytime perspective of this beautiful city. Look at that, perfect for photos. Get up there with your loved one and strike a pose. That's the City Hall. Hotel de Ville, City Hall. So I'm not sure if it was once a city hall, now it's been turned into a hotel, or it's a hotel now turned into a city hall. I'm assuming it's a city hall now because it looks very closed. And all government workers, as I said, are on holidays. But just over here is another market that's been closed. Not sure if pedestrians have got right away or not. I just walk and find out. I love the variety in each building as well. They're not all the same. They're all decorated differently. Some have got the exposed brick, some are painted. They're all very different from one another. It's just a joy to look at them. With another market just here being packed up. So I guess this means that I'm gonna have to come back before Christmas Eve one year to get the Christmas market experience. Although the markets don't look as impressive as the markets that I saw in the UK, that's for sure. Definitely not as extensive as those markets, but still, it would be truly special to walk around these areas with the snow on the ground, just having a look around, buy some hot food and some hot drinks and just enjoying the Christmas atmosphere, but not to be. That's another beautiful building right there. Alright, where to from here? Let's just walk a few meters up here, and it looks very popular, that shop. And that was the Christmas decoration shop that I looked in the window of on our nighttime video. Maybe they're having a sale. Post-Christmas sale. Boxing Day sales. Ah, forgot about those. They exist all over the world, don't they? So maybe it's that. I don't know. As I just walk along the road. Also, in the city, you do see a bit of this fencing here. There is a few buildings under renovation, of course. Being me and my videos, there's always buildings under renovation, and there's a couple of these buildings around the city under renovation. But I'm not going to walk any further down here. That is enough. Let's go back to another part of the city. So as you can hear the bells, it's just gone midday. The sun is still shining. I believe the clouds are supposed to come in early this afternoon, but so far there is zero sign of that. So stoked about that. That's for sure. Wow, those bells just echo off all these buildings. Super loud. They went for, I reckon, a couple of hours yesterday on Christmas Day. Being obviously Christmas being a religious time of the year for some people. Other people it's just a holiday. How beautiful. Such a picturesque city, and I do love how it's up on a hill. The hill just adds to it. Although it's been a little bit of pain walking up and down, especially in the direction that we're going to now. This is where all the bars, or most of the bars and restaurants and pubs are, that I've been hanging out in a little bit. Been a little bit of a pain walking up these hills back to my accommodation, but the hill just adds to this place. It really does. Coming down now to what I said in my previous video, my favourite intersection with my favourite buildings, because they're super unique. This building on the corner here where it just kind of splits the road in two. It's awesome. And the first pub coming down the hill. All the pubs here are Irish pubs. I have not seen a Canadian pub. That one obviously is Pub St Patrick. There's 2 other pubs that I know of in this street. They're all Irish pubs, which is, it's interesting. What are the Canadian pubs? I don't know. There's an Italian restaurant just over there, Portofino. Really quite nice. But you'll see probably once we get around the corner here, there's a lot of people along here because it's a strip or a street with most of the restaurants. And being lunchtime right now, everyone's looking for somewhere to eat. I did come along here last night for some dinner and this just really tells you how expensive this place is at the moment. I got 6 chicken wings, small fries and a pint of beer, and all up it cost me I believe $45. So yeah, super expensive. The thing that shits you with Canadian prices and the price lists on certain, well, in every shop and restaurant and bar, cafe, is that you have to add the tax on yourself. So the prices on the menu doesn't include the tax, and then you also have to include their tip, which is usually around 18%. So the price on the menu looks reasonable, then just keep in mind that you're paying an extra 28% on top of that, at least. So keep that in mind when you're shopping in Canada. Not just in Quebec, in Canada. You're adding a lot more on through tips and tax, which sucks. They should just have the price of the tax on it, but they do not. There's also some pretty good shops around here. I haven't been into any of the shops yet. I think I was going to do that this afternoon. I was going to go home or back to the hotel after lunch, or for lunch, and then come out after lunch and do some shopping. Because there are some quite good shops to look in along there. That's the bar I was in last night. Murphy's. It's super expensive. But I've looked at the prices of all the pubs along here and they all seem to be working together. Of course, they all have the same prices. And that's Pub St Alexandre. As I said, all Irish pubs. It's strange. Don't know why. Yeah, really weird. But anyways. So it's just going to film up until the archway here, and just beyond the archway is the skating rink that I showed you the other night, but it'd be good just to see that during the daytime and have a look at that. This is my popcorn shop here. Call it my popcorn shop because I've been there twice now. Although, again, super expensive for a small bag of popcorn. It's $7 Canadian. It's delicious. So yeah, it sucked me in twice. It's all good. Hey, I'm on holiday. Why not just treat yourself? And just walking through another archway of the town now. They are really beautiful, these archways. Makes you feel a bit special that you're coming or leaving from a special area. It's interesting looking at the people walking around. Some people are really struggling with the cold. It's still probably hovering around -18 right now, but I've got used to it in a short amount of time. Yeah, it's quite fascinating looking at people and going, they're absolutely freezing, but me, not so much, which is cool. Thought it'd take a lot longer to get used to, but it hasn't. But this is where we were the other night with the beautiful hotel there in the background, all lit up at night time. Still beautiful during the day, but at night time, as you saw in my video, super beautiful. Skating rink is here. I can't see anywhere to hire your skates from, but I'm assuming there is a space here to hire your skates from. I really don't know what this music is. I've never heard anything like it before. But yeah, small little skating rink for a small town. And then another closed Christmas market. As I said, it's blowing my mind. And the theatre in the background. Palais Montcalm, as you would have seen if you watched my other video the other night. But yeah, this is kind of, well, it's obviously on the other side of the wall there, so on the outskirts of the town centre. So I head back into the town centre now and see what else we can find. And it's these beautiful buildings just perched up on the hill here. All the restaurants. Looks open. Well, they got some French fries and kebabs. Interesting. But yeah, as I said, wherever you look here is something good to look at. Really, really picturesque old town. I'm going to cross over the road here and walk back down the other side and just let it roll. Popular cafe, that one. But quite a few people in there. Just everyone is here now is pretty much on holidays, so everyone will be eating out for every meal basically, so you're gonna find full restaurants and cafes everywhere. There's the snow still remaining where the cars are. Unfortunately they don't have any time to clean up the snow on the road because there's always cars parked there. Oh, look at it. They do have a supermarket here, but it's down the bottom. It's outside of the Old Town area. It's not a bad walk, probably about 20 minutes down near the train station. So if you do need a supermarket, if you want to make your own food, that is available. It is quite an extensive, it's a really good supermarket actually. Expensive, but does have a good range of food in it. So if you don't want to eat out every night here because it's too expensive, or eat out for lunch and dinner, the supermarket option is there. How are these snowplow machines here? They look awesome. Wouldn't be a bad job, I reckon, just driving around ploughing the snow off the roads. No one's going to get it in your way, that's for sure. Look at that beast. That's awesome. Oh, look at that. He's happy as Larry's sitting in that. I have another tip for you all. Now, to get down to the bottom level street, I'm calling it the bottom level street, do not go down the stairs that are just up there beside the chateau. Walk down here a little bit and go down these stairs here. There's a lot less stairs, it's a lot easier, and it's a lot less crowded as well. So come down this way and it is so much easier. As you can see, this is where we were earlier with regards to the park over there with the black cannons out overlooking the water. But this right here is so much more simple than the other way. That other way being these stairs right here. So we've literally just walked 20 meters, then probably about 200 stairs there. Don't bother, just walk a little bit further and you come down this way. If you remember this last time or during the night, this was the Avenue of Death. Surprisingly, they have done some snow maintenance. Maybe they watched my video, but now there's no slush, there's no snow, there's no ice. It's been cleaned. Well done, City Council, well done. Perhaps they were listening, I'm not sure, but it's so much easier than risking your life going down here. And we are back here. If you remember this, during night time, easily the most crowded place because it's the most beautiful place. So just navigate these stairs, which they have grip on them, which is awesome. And we'll walk again the length of this street, which you'll be able to see a lot more this time during the daytime, hopefully. Actually, I might I'll walk to the end of this street and walk back the other way, so then we're not walking into the sun the whole time. Ah, that's better. We're not walking into the sun now. But this is, as I showed you the other night, this incredible painting on this wall here. Bloody love it. And this is where the fire and the guys were sitting the other night. Fire not operational now, full of snow and ice. Someone's put it out. This is, I would say, the most Christmassy side of the city remaining now. Hence it is so busy, because it is really beautiful to walk down here. Despite all the people, it is beautiful to walk down here.
Everywhere. Hot chocolate.
Fudge and hot chocolate. Yum! Such a good variety of shops along here. You got art shops, you got restaurants, you got cafes. Nothing, no chain restaurants. It's all independent. It's just a really nice area to walk around. Christmas trees with snow on them still. Clothing shops. Would be actually really good to shop along here. What's this? Buckler mode. That's interesting. Popular shop. Plenty of people in there. Imagine wearing that around in Australia. Very interesting. Beautiful area this one. Old mate here's busking again. Good on him. The only one in Quebec Old Town busking. And as I said in the nighttime video, doesn't it just provide so much to the area? How beautiful is this area? And with him singing, awesome. Wow, look at this place. Love my little extension pole. This is a bit of a different perspective. That looks like a beautiful restaurant as well. Foodie's paradise along here. All so different from one another. Not like this Irish pub after Irish pub up above. This has good variety down here. Hence all the people are here, obviously. So, if you remember on my nighttime video, walking around to a Christmas tree, that is where I'm going to walk around to now, and that is where this video will end. I have no idea how long this video has gone for now. I think it'll be in the hour region, probably more, but it's worth it. It's worth showing everything, well, at least everything that I know of in this city of Old Quebec. Wow, look at that. That's beautiful. That's how busy it is. All the people coming down there. Love looking at what everyone's wearing, like all their style and their fashion from the different countries from wherever they're from. Some people are super dressed up, wanting to look good. Some people are just fully casual and not feeling the cold at all. It's really interesting to look around in these parts of the world. This is slippery. Sometimes it's just best to run down. Let's go with the flow before you fall over, slip over. Right. Let's head up to the Christmas tree. All the dogs were here the other night. I can't see any dogs now, so yeah, it's quite interesting the other night. Everyone getting a photo in front of the Christmas tree with their dogs. I guess for some people, dogs are their children, their family, so pretty important. But the European type square, how nice. Alrighty guys, so that was a huge look at Quebec City Old Town. Sorry, I just put on my sunglasses, it's so bright. Yeah, what can I say about this place? It is really beautiful. Regardless of the Christmas markets being open or not, it's still worthwhile coming here, that is for sure. I have been utterly impressed. I'm so stoked I came here. I'm so stoked that I googled literally best place in Canada for Christmas and this place came up, and I can see why. It is easily the most Christmassy place that I've been to in Canada by far. It goes without saying. It is massively Christmassy, and it's exactly what I wanted, especially with the white Christmas. A lot of people do say that snow comes from Quebec. Snow originates from Quebec. That is how much you are guaranteed to get snow here during Christmas time. So yeah, excuse me, my nose is leaking. So yeah, come here. You will not be disappointed at all. I really hope my videos of the nighttime and the daytime showed that. I tried my best to get around to everything here because this place has really is really special. It's really made me feel really good, and it's really made me feel like, yes, it was worthwhile coming all this way here for Christmas. A white Christmas that I may never see ever again, being from the southern hemisphere and it being summer right now. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I'm off to Mexico tomorrow night. Totally different contrast to here. There couldn't be a bigger contrast really than Mexico and here right now. Flying into Guadalajara for a couple of nights and then to Mexico City for New Year's Eve. So basically from Quebec City tomorrow I'll be getting transport back to Montreal and flying out of Montreal tomorrow night. So yeah, really looking forward to that, and looking forward to some warmer weather and walking with confidence once again, because I have not walked with confidence for a few weeks now while traveling through Canada and slipping and sliding everywhere. So that will be a good thing, and also to put on shorts and t-shirt again. Cannot wait for that. So yeah, I'll definitely be posting videos from Mexico. I'm there for a few weeks, so expect quite a few videos from Mexico, which is one of my favourite countries anyway. So yeah, I am excited to bring you some videos, especially to people that have never been to Mexico and are hesitant to go to Mexico. I'm going to show you a side of Mexico that is going to draw you in and make you want to go there. So yeah, check out those videos once they come on. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and yeah, really, as I said, enjoyed doing this for you, especially here, because Quebec City Old Town is beautiful. Right, cheers guys, see you all soon.